Wolfgang Pauli was probably one of the world's greatest physicists. He was probably best known for the Pauli exclusion principle, which got him a Nobel Prize, but him and his colleagues thought that he was cursed. It was said as soon as he entered a room or even got near experiments, shit would get fucked up. Fellow physicist Rudolf Peierls wrote, this was the kind of spell he was supposed to cast on people or objects in the neighborhood, particularly in physics laboratories, causing accidents of all sorts. Machines would stop when he arrived in the laboratory, a glass apparatus would suddenly break, a leak would appear in a vacuum system, but none of these accidents would ever hurt or inconvenience Pauli himself. It was said that the second Pauli exclusion principle was a functioning device and Wolfgang Pauli cannot occupy the same room. When he showed up in Princeton in 1950, an expensive new cyclotron burst into flames and burnt for 6 hours. At another time, an expensive piece of equipment crapped out at the University of Göttingen, and the physicists there were like, hey, would you look at that, Pauli is not around. But it turned out that Pauli was actually on a train to see his friend Niels Bohr, and the train had stopped at the Göttingen station. Humorously leaning into the effect, colleagues of his rigged up a chandelier to fall when he entered the dining room, but the chandelier got caught in the pulley, and so it didn't even work anyway. The Pauli Uno reverse effect. Now, do I believe that every part of the Pauli effect was a coincidence? Yes, 100%. But apparently he did put stock in it. He was buddies with psychologist Carl Jung and thought that the cursed effect that he had was an example of Carl Jung's synchronicity, or meaningful coincidences. Which seems to me like a fancy way of saying confirmation bias, but whatever if it's all fun, you know?